Okay, everybody, as always, thanks for taking the time out to do some yoga together. Let's get rolling. So, we're going to start up on our feet. And let's start with some big rolls of the shoulders. Or they can be little rolls, that's fine too. Forward, upward, backward, downward. All those good directions. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Oh, could you be mine? All right, neighbors, let's switch directions and roll those arms, roll those shoulders. The opposite way. Goodness, that feels nice. All right, y'all. Let's get a little swinging going. Maybe about 30 seconds. A few more swings. Turn the dials. About 30 seconds. Okay. Let's open and close the arms at about shoulder height. 30 seconds. Okay, let's reach the arms forward at about shoulder height and do a little up and down drumming. About 30 seconds. Good. And then last few swings, forward and backward. Mainly backward. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's bring the hands together in a fist. Roll the fist around in little circles. And then the opposite direction. Press the interlaced fingered palms forward as you draw your navel slightly backward and your glutes can activate. And then little by little reach the arms up. Now just find a comfortable angle. It might correspond with straight up and down along your ears. For the flexible, it might be a little behind. It might be a little in front of ears, like mine. And then just try 10 or 12 times the bend, straighten, bend, straighten. So Feel that in your shoulders, feel that in your upper back, feel it in your forearms, feel that in your wrists. Shouldn't be right at the edge range of motion. You should have a little available. Last one. And then release. Okay. Next, everybody. Reach both arms out and press like you're pressing into the walls. So you're back bending your hands, reaching out through the arms, remaining stable through your trunk. Release one arm, turn the palm open, release the head toward the open arm, and tip the head away from the arm, kind of chases the head. If you're just coming back to class after a while away, you might not have done this one much. If you've been plugging in the last several months of virtual classes, you've probably come to know this one pretty well. Last couple. Oh my God, that feels good. Jeez Louise. New arm extends out, palm up. Head releases in that direction. That arm folds in and up. Head releases away. Toward the open. Away from the bend. Toward the open. Away from the bend. Last couple. Last go. Ooh, that is good business right there. All right, everybody. So let's bring the hands behind the head. A couple times slide your shoulders and your shoulder blades up. And then shoulders and shoulder blades down. And just so you're elevating, depressing, elevating, depressing. The depressing doesn't have to be sad. You can keep a little inner smile even when your shoulders go down. Last couple. Okay. Then let your elbows and shoulder blades protract forward and retract backward. Protract, retract. Last one. Let's hold the shoulders and go back to some circles. How we opened. And last feed the opposite way. Last one. Cross, catch, counter twist. Hips stay centered. Chest twists one way. Head twists the other. Proof. We've got a 3-part spine. Second side, last one. Chest, one way. Hips, centered. They can go with the chest a little bit, but they'll basically be centered. Head over the shoulder. Awesome, you guys. And then let's come back to center. Let's take the hands behind the head. And then alternate lifting knees. And see if you can pause. And even slow down the downward release. So pause for a beat at the top. Slow down the downward. Pause for a beat at the top. Slow down the downward. Mix up the arm shape, so you let them go backward and downward at about a dozen more steps. Hold it at the peak. Lower slowly. Hold it at the peak. Lower slowly. Try to keep your trunk strong and stable. And bias slightly forward. Last 6. Start holding a little longer. Three more, everybody. Hold a little longer. Hold a little longer. Last 2. Hold a little longer. Lift that knee up high, but keep the bias forward. Oh my God. Oh. Last one per side. Drive your knee as high as you can. Those muscles are probably pretty weary. Reach the arms as high as you can. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Drive your opposite knee as high as you can. That's intense. Arms as high as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, you guys. Hips are cooking probably. All right. I need to turn this way so I can be along the long side of the mat. On a big inhale, reach out, reach up. On an exhale, hinge down. While you're down, just find about 5 slow, deep breaths. So to keep that little microscopic bend in your knees, you might feel like your calves are pushing mildly forward toward your shins. Your shin bones are dropping down into your ankles. And it puts this little bend in the back of the knees. Furthermore, these last few breaths, you can totally release all that work in the shoulders and the neck. Oh. Now from here, everybody, we're going to put a significant bend in the knees. Then roll up. Okay. Same thing, a little faster. Expand out and up. Fold forward and downward. Be there with a micro bend. Just a little tiny bend in the knees, otherwise it's virtually straight. Be there with a bigger bend. And slowly uncurl your way up. Whew. From the top, just hinge at your hips. Use basically the same leverage point, hips, and come back up. So try that 5 more times. Hip hinge, no more. Come back up. Hip hinge, but no more. Come back up. Last 2. Last 1. Pause in the end range of hip hinge. This is no change to your back. Put a little tiny bend in the knees. Oh, rest the hands on the thighs. Let the arms come forward at shoulder height. See if your hips can sit down and back a little further with minimal rounding in your spine. Ooh, kind of went all the way down there. And then come back up. Relax the arms. Okay, so now from here, we're just going to go into a full squat. Arms out. Squatting. Standing. Squatting, standing. Ten more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hang out at the bottom. We're going to come onto our back. Two sets of 10. So 20 bridges. Find some different arm shapes or stick with your favorite if you have a really well-established one that feels, you know, profoundly better than the others. Now slightly vary the width of your feet. You could go anywhere from like 11 to 1 o'clock, or the traditional straight ahead with a foot angle, just to modify a little. As is generally the case when we're doing bridging, fire the glutes and let a whole lot of other body parts help, but make sure those guys are in your mindset. I'm down to my last 10. No hurry on the pace. If you've already done 20, just do another 10. If you're still at about 15, awesome, last 5. And on this last one, stay up there. Okay, and then slowly come on down. Make your hands like this, one on top of the other. Bring your foot up, level to knee height. Take your knee about level to hip in terms of the angle. Lift your shoulders and your head and push. Two-way force. Whole upper trunk squeezing down to meet the hip. Whole hip drawing up to meet the trunk. Just like our leg warm-ups when we were knee lifting. Release. Oh, goodness, that should cook. So good for core development. New side. Shoulders and head come up. Two-way press. Release. 2 more per side. Oh. So we're strengthening the neck, strengthening deep core muscles, deep hip flexor muscles. So much happening here. Your back's pretty much pressed into the floor the whole time. I've got 2 more to go per side. Woo. One more full round. And let's release all of that. All right. So from here, everybody, let's bring the hands behind the head. Lift up your head and your shoulders. And then just do little sideways movements. Kind of like you're squeezing your elbow toward a hip. Elbow toward a hip, elbow toward a hip. And just go side to side to side to side. Okay, and then release that. Please stay down on your back. I'm just rearranging so the frame stays clean. All right. We're still on our back. We're hitting those abs. Oh, goodness. So from here, everybody, we're going to run the arms down along our side. And lift up head and shoulders. And just try to slide your hands forward 2 or 3 inches. Slide back. Slide forward. Slide back. Slide forward. So the hands are literally sliding. And your head and shoulders are just, they're just lifting. But the sliding hands are a guide for alignment. Try 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Final go. And then release back down. Extend one leg along the ground and one leg straight up in the air. Straight might be relative, just depending. And then let's flex and point the foot. Take the leg in little circles without the foot really moving. And the bigger the movements are in the leg, the more you want to keep your trunk stable. And the more work it'll be to stabilize your trunk. Circle the other direction if you haven't already. All right, everybody, let's release that. 2 flat feet as a reset. Extend the right leg along the ground, or make sure it's the new one for you. New leg up in the air. 90-ish degrees, give or take. First with the ankle and the calf and the foot. Flex and point. And then with any foot angle that feels best to you, more or less relaxed. Little circles to start. Gradually the circles can get bigger as the trunk remains stable. So you can go counter and clockwise. Let's briefly draw both knees to the chest. Set one foot on the ground, keep the other hip drawn into the chest. Half dozen times, one-legged bridge. Bridge up. Be there for the peak of the lift, and bridge down. Bridge up. Be there for the peak of the event, and bridge down. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. New side. One-legged bridge. Half dozen goes. Uno. Dos. Tres. Cuatro. Cinco. Y 6. Oh, no más. All right. Let's briefly hug both knees in. All right, last set from here, y'all. We're gonna do a combo of Baddha Konasana and bridge. It's kind of cool. So let the soles of the feet come together. Open the arms. Bridge up. Be there for the peak event. Make sure the glutes are really squeezing at the very top of the move, and then down you come. Two more. Last one. All right. From there, everybody, let's rock and roll. Please don't roll too much weight into your neck. You can kind of stop at the shoulder, right at the edge of the neck. Roll as much forward as feels good. Maybe even to the point where you're sitting and reaching. We're sitting and extending. We're sitting and reaching with a little twist. Last couple. You can also vary the leg cross so that they are crossed, or so that they're open like the bottom of a squat. All right. Nice, everybody. We're going to shift to all fours. All right. So from this quadruped shape, we're going to modify things a little bit for this session, this quadruped part. We're going to actually take the hips backward, basically onto the feet, give or take a few degrees. And then from here, we're going to do the traditional, but it's non-traditional because we're set up here, cat and dog tilts through the spine. Round into the cat. Extend through dog. Round through the cat tilt. and arch through dog. Now, the idea with this one, and you can probably feel it, is your low back doesn't generate much movement because it's already just like fixed, sitting back there on your feet. So it puts that spinal undulation mainly in the mid back and upper back and neck, of course. 2 more. One more. Oh my God, that feels good. One more, where instead of being perfectly neutral table, we're leaning backward, maybe hips all the way to feet, maybe a little bit of a hybrid. And we're going to do just a little bit of a twist. Same exact idea. This position restricts mobility in the lowest part of your back, which, by the way, of course we want strength and mobility there, but we also want to find and discover ways of opening up just that mid and upper back. This one does that. One more per set. All right. From here, we're going to transition into a fully supine shape. I'm sorry, fully prone shape, belly down. Belly down. All right. So we did these a while back. They look kind of like the position you might be in when you're skydiving. Of course, you're very much grounded in the shape, but they look like this, y'all. You reach your chest and head up. You reach your arms back and off the ground, and then you bend your knees. Y'all? And then down you come. So lift. And then lower. Lift. And then lower. Let's try a few more. Couple more. Last one. Pause up in it. About 5 big breaths, y'all. So your knees are bent, hips are on the ground, chest and head are lifted, arms are lifted, arms are locked out, reaching back. They're also reaching up. Now this is a maybe. See if you can bend your legs a little more. See if you can catch hold of the outer edge of your ankles, shins. And stay up in this pose with a little more back bend. So you're going to give up a little bit of tensile strength in the pose. But you're going to lean into a little more back bend, really using this as the traditional pose that it's, or item that it's named after, a bow. Oh my God. And then when you're ready, everybody release that. Come to lie on one side. Stack up your knees. Reach your arms out like a big swordfish nose. Let the head just release down. That should feel great. Start easy. Reach and look upward. Oh, that already feels amazing. And then any amount that feels green lit, reach and look backward. And slowly, gently, and easily reset it. And then at a pace that suits you, repeat it. One more. All right. Oh. I don't know about you all out there, but I sure do enjoy when somebody revs their 86 Camry. It's pretty awesome. All right, so we're still on the same first side. We're almost done here with the sequence. We're catching the foot, and then you're gonna draw your thigh backward and just lean into the bow pose. Update, same 86 Camry owner that flexed, cruised by, threw lit cigarette out the window. That's always seemed like such a tacky move, even if, you love to smoke, just take care of it when you're done. Anyway, this has been a public service announcement. Alright, y'all. Oh my God, that feels so good. So to be clear, last few breaths here, you can be down low with your head. You want to keep some tension in your ribs for this one. We're actually not bowing the back. We're just opening up the thigh. Last breath or two. Oh my God. Please, when you're ready, let that all go. Switch sides. Round one as you get to the new side. Twisting nice and gently. But you've got room to explore a pretty deep twist. Head releases. Should feel nice. Trunk reaches upward. Oh. How does that already feel so good? And then oh my gosh, just a little bit of exploration into the beyond upward. Looking that away. And then resetting it. And really just find your way in and out of this pose as much as you're able to, processing it through your body sensations, not just, what you're seeing on the screen. Feel it out. Find a pace that speaks to you. Knees stay squeezed together more or less. For whatever reason, on this particular day, this particular moment, I'm not going nearly as far on this side. It's not about that. I just kind of notice, that sticking point, happens to be at a place where my shoulder is further from the ground than it was on the opposite side. Duly noted. Last couple. Oh, that feels good. Last go, everybody. Goodness. All right. Next phase of the side project also happens to be the last move. Position your head any way you like it. On your forearm, on your elbow, propped up, down low, and release the thigh back. One little camera adjustment there. Actually, I just had to let somebody in. So this is basically our 2-minute long hold, give or take. Rather than leaning into the big full arch and the whole back, which we explored, we're just opening up that thigh. A lot of our early practice for this session was strengthening in this region, holding, lifting up, flexing. We did it standing up, we did it lying down, and now we're really just leaning in here toward the end of our session, toward a long, slow, deep stretch there. Oh my God. Whew, feels so good. I just love this one. Last big breath here, everybody. Let's release. We're going to finally roll onto our backside. So as you come back down,
you said it's kind of what?
We're going to let the legs extend out. We're going to let the arms open out. And then simply let your head range a little left to right. Lean into really releasing the weight, though, of your head backward into the ground. Lessen the angle slowly, so your head just barely diverts off the midline. And then land right in the plumb line. And then feel the presence of breathing. It's been with us since our practice opened. We haven't really brought it so much to the forefront. So as we close, as we fade into corpse pose experience, just light here for 1 minute and really feel breathing happen. And of course, continue to breathe, but just open that circle of awareness as wide as it'll go. So the focus is spacious. And the mind feels wide open. Just begin to reconnect all the sounds. Babies wailing, dogs barking, doors closing, shuffling feet, air conditioners, car horns, rustling trees, voices from distant rooms. Other voices. Toilets flushing. Goodness, there's a lot going on. So if you haven't already, please make your way up to a comfortable seat. And let's wrap, everybody. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. And just connect to a couple slow, comfortable, deep breaths. Let's close with one big audible breath together. Or if for whatever reason it just, isn't your bag to do an Om, even in the privacy of your own home, obviously just have a listen. Otherwise, everybody, take a big, full, deep inhale. Let it out. Namaste.